The grand palace of Malwa stood tall with its towering turrets. The echo of the guards' voices and the rhythmic beats of royal drums filled the air. The court was resplendent with celebration. It was the 75th coronation anniversary of King Veer Pratap Singh. But behind the glowing lamps and golden walls, another tale was quietly unfolding. A tale of love, not hidden beneath silk sheets, but blossoming in the shadows of conspiracies. Not far from the royal palace stood Rang Mahal. This was no ordinary brothel. It was a temple of art, where hearts were ruled not by politics, but through dance, music, and enchantment. There lived the woman who ignited this tale, Mehrunisa. Clad in deep blue with a streak of coal lining her eyes and a mysterious smile on her lips, Mehrunisa was the soul of Rang Mahal. When she danced, time itself seemed to freeze. So mesmerized was the king that he had a special throne built for her in Rang Mahal. Yet Mehrunisa never became a court dancer. Her freedom was her greatest strength. She danced but was never for sale. On the other side was Wazir Zayan Khan. Tall, sharp-eyed, and calm-faced, he was a master of both warfare and royal politics. He knew when to bow, when to threaten, and when to retreat. But he had one human weakness, Mehrunisa. He often visited Rang Mahal in secret, slipping out of the palace unseen. And whenever Mehrunisa danced before him, a flicker of unseen emotion lit up his eyes. One rainy night, amidst the performance at Rang Mahal, Zayan approached Mehrunisa for the first time without a disguise. "Your dance is sharper than a sword," he said. "And your eyes, they hold the fire of 1,000 battles," Mehrunisa replied with a gentle smile. Nothing happened that night, no touch, no promise, no confession. Just a silent seed of love was sown. Back in the royal court, unrest was brewing. Senapati Badrasan, a staunch rival of Zayan, wished to drive him away from the king. He suspected that Zayan no longer desired only power. His eyes now lingered on the throne. And when he discovered Zayan's connection with Rang Mahal, he began plotting. A royal minister in love with a courtesan? This disgrace shall not be tolerated by the state. Badrasan began manipulating the ministers. But Mehrunisa was no ordinary woman. She sensed the brewing politics. "If my presence shakes your throne, then turn this love into my ashes," she told Zayan. But Zayan didn't bend. "The throne of Malwa is not hungry for my ambitions. But you are the crown of my soul," he declared. Badrasan planned to arrest Mehrunisa, imprison her as a mere prostitute, and thus weaken Zayan emotionally. When Zayan received word, he left the palace that very night, alone, sword in hand. He rushed to Rang Mahal in the dark, only to find it eerily silent. Mehrunisa was gone. On the ground lay a broken anklet bell, her last trace. He summoned his most loyal spy, Abul. "Find her wherever she is. Trust no one in the palace," Zayan ordered. Meanwhile, Badrasan had already made his move. "Zayan is a traitor," Badrasan declared in the court. "He broke royal decorum for a courtesan. He must be brought back, dead or alive." King Veer Pratap Singh remained silent. He knew of Zayan's talents, but he also valued the dignity of the throne. Unbeknownst to the public, Mehrunisa was imprisoned in a secret chamber of the palace. Badrasan didn't wish to torture her. He planned to use her against Zayan. "Just admit that Zayan revealed state secrets to you. He will be declared a traitor and you'll be freed," Badrasan proposed. But Mehrunisa merely smiled. It's easy to buy a dancer but not her self-respect. Whips lashed across her back, but her lips remained sealed. 3 nights passed. Zayan infiltrated the palace in disguise. Mehrunisa was no longer just a lover to him. She had become his soul. He entered through the secret passages. Behind the jail bars stood Mehrunisa, bloodied but unbroken. Her eyes still held fire. "You came," she whispered. "Could I ever leave you?" Zayan said, gently touching her face and breaking her chains. He formed one last plan. He summoned his old comrades, loyal generals and soldiers. The night was silent. Then suddenly, an explosion. Badrasan's chamber was set on fire. Badrasan, hungry for power his entire life, grabbed his sword and stormed into the courtyard. The palace ground became a battlefield. This kingdom is neither yours nor do your conspiracies belong here. Zayan roared. Swords clashed. Sparks flew. Badrison fell to the ground, Zayan's sword buried in his chest. After victory, Zayan assembled the court. I was a minister, yes, but my soul is bound to a dancer. If that is a crime, I stand ready for punishment, he declared. Silence swept the hall. The king stood. He looked at Zayan, then at Mehrunisa. Love that shakes the foundation of a kingdom is a sin, the king said. But love that saves a kingdom becomes history. The king declared Badrison a traitor. He honored Mehrunisa with the title of Royal Artist of the Kingdom. Zayan was relieved of his post as Wazir, but not punished. You are now free from rank, from power, from all chains, the king said. 1 year later, the kingdom of Malwa was at peace. Just outside the palace stood a small marble building. Inside, the sound of music could be heard. 2 silhouettes moved in rhythm, one dancing, one watching. It was Mehrunisa and Zayan. No crown, no sword, only love. When love confronts the throne, either blood is shed or history is written. And thus, the love story of a wazir and a courtesan became eternal.